Hello, welcome to New Filmmaker LA in partnership with Movie Maker Magazine. I'm Nick Novicki, the founder and director of the Easter Seals Disability Film Challenge. We're a film competition that gives opportunities for people with disabilities in front of and behind the camera, and most importantly, we're changing the way the world views disability. Well, I'm so excited today that we are here with Dani Bowman from the Home Office, and we're going to get a chance to talk to her. But first, let's see a clip from her film. Hey, Dani, it's so good to see you.
Good seeing you too, Nick.
Yeah, we've done so many virtual events, so it's fun to be here in person.
So much fun, and especially like we're getting out of the, we're just getting out of after the pandemic is over, but then the Delta variant. But anyways.
I know. So luckily we're being safe, and we're keeping all those safety precautions with the crew. We're here at Emerson College, which is amazing. And I'm just so excited to get a chance to talk with you. And your film is just so amazing. For those of the audience out there that hasn't seen the film, can you talk a little bit about it?
So the Home Office, the making of Cartoon HQ, is about cartoon characters working together in the office. You could say it is a parody of, many of you know, called The Office. This is all, and each of these characters are animated by students on the autism spectrum who have their own unique art styles. And what I did is I took their animation assets and edited them all together to make it look like you see them in their lovely office.
And you did such a great job. And I just love how inclusive your film was. How many people on the autism spectrum worked on the film?
There are 12 team members, 9 of us with autism, including my students, worked together in this film.
That's amazing. I just love that, because the whole crew, it's unbelievable what you were able to do all within 1 week. The film has animation, unbelievable graphics, and if I'm correct, you had people from all over the world that got together for this?
That is correct. As what Phoebe says, one of the animators and storyboard artists and voice actors, and one of the voice actors explained that it is incredible to be working on this film across the globe. She was so amazed.
That is so cool. And it's awesome to see that you got so many people on the autism spectrum and just people with disabilities in general working behind the camera, because a lot of our emphasis now is trying to get more people in front of the camera with disabilities. But you put together such an amazing team, and what you guys were able to accomplish all within a week, it's just unbelievable. And I don't think it's because people have disabilities or that really has anything to do with it. You were nominated for Best Editor and you ended up winning that.
Yeah, because I never thought about winning for Best Editor. It's like totally unexpected, because there's so many great films out there. Like 94 films were entered to the Easter Seals Disability Film Challenge, and I didn't think we could win this. We could win, but
you did such a great job. And really, I think the disability community as a whole embraced it. You had so many people that loved the film, and they got involved, and they just loved it. They shared it. And, I feel like so many people, on the autism spectrum, but also just within the disability community broadly, saw this film and were like, wow, this is just amazing. I actually had judges that were like, we don't believe this film was done over the course of a week. And I said, no, it was. Dani's got an amazing team, and you did a great film last year too.
Hey, thank you. The film last year we did was called Our Animated Minds. It's an animated live action documentary of how we transitioned from in-person camps to online, though that didn't win for anything. But this year, the Home Office did, wow.
Yeah. So can you talk a little bit about your inspiration for this year's film? Now, I know for the film challenge, we actually give the genre. So all films had to be mockumentaries. You had to have similar themes. You had to include certain props. can you talk to us? What was the inspiration? Why did you feel like doing something around the office was a good fit?
A good friend of mine from Miami, Florida, Brenna Werner, who is the story lead, had some amazing ideas of combining The Office with a Comedy Central animated TV series called Drawn Together, which was about 8 cartoon characters that live in the same household. And like Drawn Together, the animated characters, each animator animated their own characters with their unique style, and they have completely different personalities, as you could tell as you watch the film.
Yeah, I mean, there really was. There was so many different voices, and it felt so colorful in the story, in the texture, and the writing, and all the performances. Could you talk a little bit about how you were able to break down, doing this all virtually? Did you say, okay, look, you're going to do a little bit, you'll do a little bit in terms of the animation, or how did that work?
So how does this work? We had like a couple of challenges. The biggest challenge that we had is the time constraints. As you said, that each Easter Seals Disability Film Challenge film is supposed to be about 5 minutes long, excluding the 1 minute of credits. So during our pre-production phase, it's just really difficult to get the unique set of characters set and down. So during our first day, we were able to flesh out the script and the storyboards as we got it, but then after the script was completed, we had to cut things down to the bone. It's always the biggest technique I recommend. It's better to have more than less, and then you can cut it down to the bone.
Yeah.
And then during our production phase, it's really hard to manage. Because our students are from across the globe, it can be pretty hard to manage with different time zones. So I have one from England, and we have a couple from Florida. We had to collect whole bunch of assets, and making sure that the film really fits within the time constraint, the time limit.
Yeah. So how did you do it? Did you say, you'll edit this little section, or you'll create graphics for over here, and here's the deadline? Because you had a lot of moving pieces that you were able to do.
Because I was able to came up with the idea of the production schedule to have the students send over all the assets. I even sent them a soft deadline where the students send all of their assets, and I take their assets and I put them all together before the actual deadline, which is Sunday. I had to get everything. For me, I had to get everything collected by Saturday so I can do some cleanup and all the assets together. And there is so many parts. There's lots of many good scenes that were in the short and the bridge in the short, but some of them didn't make it to the final cut. There's some cuts that we had to cut down. And another unexpected thing that I come across is the animation errors. It's to show how. And it's nearly impossible to create a 5-minute animated short film in 5 days. So we did a creative process where we included the animatic and the rough cut, all the time codes you saw with the animation errors added. It's a creative approach, and then at the very end we explained why the animation project was degrading.
Yeah, and I thought it was great how you really opened up the audience that saw the film to know about the process of how the film was made, but also that you even shared in the film about how inclusive the film was itself, that you had all kinds of people on the autism spectrum working on the project, and that obviously means a lot to you. Can you talk a little bit about what the whole process of being part of the Easter Seals Disability Film Challenge has meant to you as an artist, as a person, and especially finding out you were nominated and that you ended up winning?
So the greatest thing about the Easter Seals Disability Film Challenge is that it helps. It teaches me how to help students how to meet their deadlines and how to accomplish and how to finish their projects and work in a team. It's always good to. It's always really good to take one step. It's always very, very important for students to enter competitions like this, because you have to take advantage of the opportunity when the door opens.
Absolutely. And what did it feel like when you found out you were nominated, and then when you found out you won during the award ceremony? What was that?
I was like so excited, and it was like unexpected. I never thought I could win for like best editing, because there's, like I said, there's many great films that are like incredibly unique. I thought I was not going to win from out of these couple of those films that were nominated.
Yeah, well, you should feel proud of that, and with that came a mentorship meeting with HBO and HBO Max.
They even told me how this film was turned. The reason why they chose this film, the Home Office is the winner, because they were like, They even told me that you're not preaching to the choir. It's just like you're bringing everybody together of how the film process works.
That's right. That's right, and that's important. It seems like inclusion is something very important to you. Why is that? You feel like you've really put an emphasis on making sure other people that are on the autism spectrum can work in animation.
It's because people on the autism spectrum have a creative voice, they have a creative talent, they just need to learn how to utilize it and use it as a way for a career path to the film and entertainment industry, including animation production. And I think this is something that is very important, because according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, that about 85% are unemployed or underemployed regardless of their IQ or education. And it's something that we need to bridge youth on the autism spectrum to go through the importance from animation education to animation employment and career path.
It's great. And obviously you're quite an accomplished editor. And actually last year, our film Autism Ability, Scott Klum, is also on the autism spectrum, that won Best Editor. So it seems like that we have a lot of really high-skilled professionals working behind the camera, behind the scenes, that are also on the autism spectrum, which is amazing. Do you feel like the industry is getting more inclusive?
Yeah, I felt it's getting more inclusive. It just takes a couple of steps at a time. Seeing the film Autism Ability is like, wow. He was being able to show the behind the scenes of it, and then show the actual footage of some of the clips that he have, experimental films that he have done. This is an incredible example of an ideal film that wins for best editing.
Yeah. So what's next for you? What do you have coming up?
We have plenty of in-house projects that are in production right now, as I am helping as we're helping a lot of youth on the autism spectrum give them opportunities to work on animation production projects, commercial production projects.
That is so cool. And you guys have a school that you're doing regularly too, right?
That's right. We call this Dani Academy, which is the education segment of Danimation Entertainment. And what we do is that not only we provide our 1 week, we just finished the Dani Academy Virtual Summer Animation Workshop last week. We also provide one-on-one sessions for youth on the autism spectrum to hopefully level up their animation abilities. And we train them to, eventually the students will become part of they either become part of the Danimation team or work at an other animation studio.
And that's awesome. I mean, you're giving people opportunities, and that's what this is all about. I mean, I created the Film Challenge 9 years ago because I wanted people with disabilities to be able to interact and be involved in other productions, and to collaborate not only in the Film Challenge but beyond, and to be able to keep developing those relationships, which it sounds like your company is doing that, and within your school. And so the fact that you were able to take your team and have them be a part of the Film Challenge, it means so much. And as a added bonus, it's pretty cool that you ended up winning, and you get to screen at NewFilmmakers LA and get these mentor meetings. I mean, how did that feel, to be able to be a part of the sessions and the screening here, and to be able to be out in person now?
It was very unexpected, and it opened so many doors, many gateways to more opportunities. Because when you're in the animation or in the film entertainment industry, it's not just about what you know, it's who you know. And the more accomplishments you get, the more opportunities will come, and there's more. There's so many mountains to climb.
Well, it sounds like you're climbing those mountains, so I can't thank you enough for being part of the Film Challenge, for being so talented and so supportive. Where can people find you?
People can find me under www.danimationentertainment.com or daniacademy.com if they can find my website. They can find me under Facebook, known as Dani Bowman. Danimation Entertainment also has a Facebook page under Danimation Entertainment. We also have a Twitter known as Danimation ENT, which is short for entertainment. You can find me on Instagram as Dani Bowman1 or LinkedIn under our LinkedIn, Dani Bowman or Danimation Entertainment.
Wow, there's a lot of places to find you, and that's good because you're doing great work. And I can't thank you enough for stopping by and for all your support.
It's a huge honor. Thank you so much, Nick.